QSD from the Denver Radio Club. Welcome to the Denver Radio Club Net, being held on repeater W0TX. This is a meeting held on the air every Sunday evening at about 8:30 p.m. Good evening. My name is Jim. My call sign is Kilo Zero, Tango Oscar Romeo. I'll be your net control station, transmitting from Littleton, Colorado. If there is any emergency or priority traffic during this net, say break at any pause, and the net will be suspended until the emergency or priority traffic is completed. This net is for Denver Radio Club members and all interested radio amateurs. We're here to share information concerning any ham-related activities. Regular meetings of the Denver Radio Club are held on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. And again, with the COVID-19 restrictions, we use Google Meets, and we hold a virtual meeting. And for the address, if you're not on our email list, you can go to our website, W0TX.org, and you'll find the address there to attend the meeting. And our next meeting is going to be on May 19th, and the Elmer session is held at 6 p.m. just prior to our monthly meeting. This session addresses any amateur radio questions that you might have. So whether you're new to amateur radio or interested in some new application of amateur radio, this is a session where you can get help. Also, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., except the third Wednesday when our monthly meeting is held, there's a learning net held on 145.490 megahertz and 448.625 megahertz. This is another area where you can find answers for your amateur radio related questions.
W0TX repeater.
As a general interest club, we provide emergency communication for the Salvation Army, City of Wheat Ridge Police Department, City of Lakewood Police Department, the West Metro Fire District, and St. Anthony's West Hospital. We're always looking for members who would like to participate in this support. Please contact our club president if you'd like to help. Our current president is Jerry Vilauer, W0GV. Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club website address is www.w0tx.org. Again, Jerry's telephone number is 303-467-0223. The Denver Radio Club also participates in the ARRL Volunteer Examiner Program. But again, with COVID-19 restrictions, we don't hold the VE test as frequently as we had. We have to have a large enough area so we can get sufficient separation from those taking tests. But whenever we have a test coming up, we always announce that here on this net, and it's also published on our club website. And in addition to that, we have other ham clubs here in the area that hold tests, and many times that information is passed over this net as well. So all I can suggest is stand by and see if you can find a test session coming up that will satisfy your needs. If you have questions regarding the VE team or VE testing, you can call our team lead, Tom Kashowski, KC2CAG, and his number is 720-284-1911. This This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K0TOR serving as net control. Are there any special announcements or bulletins for the net this evening? If so, please call now.
N0ETV, a short brief announcement.
N0ETV, Lance, go ahead with your announcement.
Yes, N0ETV. Yesterday, the Mile High VE team ran a test session at HRO. We had 6 people attend, and we awarded 3 extra class licenses and 2 tech licenses. We've noticed that over the last 2 monthly sessions that there's been a steady decrease in the number of people applying for licenses. It'd be interesting to get some readback from other teams as to how their attendance is going. N0ETV, back to net.
N0ETV, this is K02R. All right, thanks for that, Lance, and we'll see if they got some reports from other clubs. I do have you checked in. Make a second call. Are there any other special announcements or bulletins for the net? If so, please call now.
November 0, Delta Bravo Sierra.
And AC0VC.
And that recognizes N0DBS, Don, and stand by AC0VC, Bill. Go ahead, Don, with your announcement.
Thank you, Jim, and everybody. The Laurel Patriot Net is doing computer-based license exams, and they are listed at hamstudy.org/Whiskey 0 Papa Charlie Tango W0PCT. They are all along the Front Range. We have numerous sites, and as Lance said, I think attendance is down a little bit, but we are looking for people to take some tests, please. Thank you. N0DBS, back to net.
N0DBS, this is K02R. Thank you, Don. Appreciate that. And AC0VC, Bill, go ahead.
This AC0VC, Bill out in Elizabeth. Yeah, Don, you stole my thunder. There you go. Well, that's what I was going to talk about. May 12th at 6 p.m. There's a Patriot VE session in Federal Heights. There's 9 slots remaining open there. Then on May 15th, 12 p.m. at the American Legion Post out here in Elizabeth. We've got 5 slots open there. And then May 16th, there's some sessions that are open in Longmont. So, go to the site, hamstudy.org /sessions/W0PCT, and you can find all the information there. You do have to pre-register for the exam sessions, and all of the exam sessions with the Laurel VE team are free. As mentioned, they're computer-based, so everything is fast and simple. All right, we'll send it back over to you, Jim. AC0VC.
AC0VC, this is K02R. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate that. And Don and Bill, I have both of you checked in as well, so appreciate your announcements and the update on what kind of testing traffic we have, so it's always good information. All right, before I move on, let me check one more time. We have any other special announcements or bulletins? Please call now.
Kilo Echo 0, Yankee Kilo Victor.
Kilo Echo 0. Kilo Yankee Victor, go ahead with your announcement.
Okay, this is Kilo Echo 0 Yankee Kilo Victor, Bill in Lakewood. And for people who don't read the Wall Street Journal, D-Expedition's got a plug on the front page of Friday's edition.
All right, Bill, appreciate that. I got Kilo Echo Zero Yankee Kilo Victor. Thanks for correcting that. And I do have you checked in as well. So, all right, before I move on, do we have any other bulletins or announcements? Please call now. All right, before regular check-ins, I'd like to welcome and invite any visiting radio amateurs to check into the Denver Radio Club net this evening. During this net, we disable the requirement for the 100 Hz PL repeater access tone, so you can use either 145.490 megahertz with a minus 600 kilohertz offset, or 448.625 megahertz with a minus 5 megahertz offset. Are they visiting radio amateurs who would like to check into the Denver Radio Club net tonight? If so, please call now.
W0.
And next, I'd like to welcome and invite any newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs to check in. Please call now. I'll now take regular check-ins in groups, and please let me know if you have traffic when you check in, and I'll get back to you. First, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
Kilo Delta 0, Delta Uniform Juliet, Chris in Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Sierra, Barb in Wheat Ridge, no traffic.
November 0, Echo Yankee Zulu, Jim in South Jeffco, no traffic.
November 5, Charlie Mike Kilo Greg in Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Sierra 0 Echo, KS0E, Alex in Denver.
KF0 APV, Drew, Aurora.
Kilo Foxtrot Echo Lima Juliet. Kilo Foxtrot 0 Echo Lima Juliet, Jack and Golden.
Alpha Fox 0 Echo, Alex Brofield.
Whiskey Delta 6, Delta Oscar Kilo Rich in Arvada, no traffic.
WD0 CIB, Charles in Denver, no traffic.
Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot India Oscar, no traffic.
And Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KD0 DUJ Chris and W0 BKS Barb, N0 YEZ Jim, N5 CMK Greg, K0 DPR Paul, KS0E Alex, KF0 APB Drew, KF0ELJ Jack, AF0E Alex, WD6 DOK Rich, and WD0CIV Charles, and I'm sorry, KF0FI, I believe it was. I missed the name. Could he come back with the name, please?
KF0FIO, Ernie, Aurora.
Correction.
Yes, go with correction.
Yes, Drew. Kilo Foxtrot 0. It's Alpha Papa Victor Drew, Aurora.
All right, thanks, Ernie, for the correction on the call sign. Missed the O completely and missed the name, so apologize for that. And thanks, Drew, for that KF0APV as in Victor. Thank you for that. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through E, Alpha through Echo. Please call now.
Correction.
Yes.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Alpha Foxtrot Quebec, Troy, Denver.
I'm sorry, Troy, could you repeat? I missed it. Getting ready to ride here and you had me, so one more time, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Alpha Foxtrot Quebec, Troy.
Correction.
Yes, go with correction.
My call sign is not November 0 Yankee X-ray Sierra or whatever. It's Yankee. It's November 0 Echo Yankee Zulu Jim and South Jeffco.
All right, Jim, appreciate that as well. And I'd like to recognize KF0AFQ Troy as well. Move on down the alphabet, and radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now.
Kilo Delta 6, India, Quebec, Whiskey, Mark, Thornton, no traffic.
N0 GWM, Leon at Lakewood.
W0TV, Jerry, Westminster.
Whiskey 0, India, Bravo Alpha, Eric in Hudson, no traffic.
Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, K6H JB, Tom, Arvada, no traffic.
In Arvada, good evening, no traffic.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. First off, I had somebody that keyed up and seemed like they were right up to signal strength, but they faded out, and I'm sorry, but I didn't get the call sign or the name, either one, so I don't know what happened there. And first I had N0GWM Leon, W0GV Jerry, W0IBA Eric, and K6HJV Tom, which I had a double, and I was not able to get the name or the call sign. So the one that called first, if you come back and see if I can copy it.
That was you, Fred.
Alpha Zero Juliet Kilo, Fred, Nevada, good evening. Thank you, Tom.
All right, Fred was the one that doubled with Tom. The one that called in first before Leon, could you come back and try it again?
Kilo Delta 6 India Quebec Whiskey, Mark and Thornton, could have been me.
All right, let me see if I got that, Mark. KD6 DHW, did I get that right?
It's Kilo Delta 6 India Quebec Whiskey.
All right, got a KD6 India Quebec Whiskey. Thank you. Let me move on down the alphabet. And radio amateurs is... I'm sorry, I didn't make a second call for... Make a second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin with letters F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Please call now.
November 0, Golf Tango Golf, Kurt in Denver.
And Net Control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-in, N0GTG Kurt. Now we'll move on down the alphabet, and radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through K through O, I'm sorry, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now.
Kilo 0, Kilo Papa Sierra, Kevin Lakewood.
Whiskey 0, Mike Delta Kilo, Matt in Denver.
Kilo Echo 0, Oscar Sierra India, Tom in Highlands Ranch.
Kilo 0, Lima Alpha India, K0 LAI.
Whiskey Golf 0 November, WG0N, Dave in Lakewood. K0KKU, Frank and Thornton.
And at control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. K0 KPS Kevin, W0MDK Matt, KE0 OSI Tom, K0 LAI Larry, WG0N Dave, and K0 KKU Frank. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters K through O, Kilo through Oscar. Please call now. All right, we'll move on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Sierra Hotel Romeo, Stanton, Denver, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, Romeo Victor Zulu, John in Lakewood, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood. Good evening.
Kilo 0, Sierra Tango Romeo, Russell in Arvada, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Oscar Echo, Dick Lakewood, no traffic.
Kilo Echo 0, Sierra Uniform Mike, Jonathan, Lakewood, no traffic.
And at control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. WB2SHR Stan, KE0RVZ John, N0TRP Jim, K0STR Russell, N0TOE Dick, and KE0SUM Jonathan. Make one more call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters P through T, Papa through Tango. Please call now. All right, moving on down the alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now.
KF0UV, Marshall in Glendale.
Lyle, Thornton, no traffic.
And at control, I'd like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins. KF0UV Marshall, and I had a double. Lyle, I didn't get the call sign, but could come back with the call sign, please?
The call sign will be Kilo Echo 0, Zulu, November, Victor, Lyle, Thornton, no traffic.
All right, Kilo Echo 0, Zulu November Victor. We got that, Lyle. Thank you. Make second call for radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters U through Z, uniform through Zulu. Please call now. All right, do the entire alphabet. Radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin letters A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
Kilo Alpha 5,
Delta Kilo Sierra, Ken in Arvada.
W0TX repeater.
Net Control would like to acknowledge and welcome the following check-ins: KA5DKS Ken and K1DBC Drone with traffic. All right, be a chance for late check-ins a little later in the net. And next, I'd like to invite our club president, Jerry Bill Howard, W0GB. Go ahead, Jerry. The net is yours.
Okay, Jim. Well, thanks for doing the net. Welcome, everybody. I think the only thing I really have to bring up is our next meeting, which will be a week from Wednesday on May 19th. And our program will be on stealth attic type antennas. So whether you live in a covenant area or not, it'll be interesting to learn about stealth antennas. Be presented by Bill, W6OEV, and then he also has a video to show from John, W6NBC, who you recall did a program for us here recently, and his is on the super coil, what he calls the super coil for attic antennas. So all in all, it'll be very interesting whether you are in a situation where you need a attic antenna or not. There'll be a lot to be learned from this, I believe. So keep the 19th on your calendar. And let's see, I can't think of much else. If you are a user of the 6-meter repeater, we kind of have plans of taking it down hopefully this week and coming week, and do some mods we're going to do to get our remote receiver into it so we can kind of clean up the receive on that system. So that's about the only things I think I need to bring up right now. So back to you, Jim. W0GB.
W0GB, this is K02R. Thank you, Jerry. We do appreciate that. Look forward to the meeting. And let's see, the only one I see that indicated they had traffic was K1DBC Drone. Go ahead, Drone, and that is yours. W1DBC, this is K02R. Thank you, Tyrone. We appreciate that. I guess as a reminder, I know many of you have probably heard this, but just those that are on the net that may not be aware of it, we do have the Lakewood siren test scheduled for 5/26 of this month here. It'll be later this month. And we're still working on refreshments. Should have that hopefully finalized here this week, so we'll be able to tell you this on the next net. And of course, we'll certainly inform all those that be working the siren test. If you worked the siren test in 2019, we didn't have one last year because of COVID. Those that are on the list have covered the various siren sites. We'll actually contact you and see if you can do that again this year. If you have not participated in a previous year and you would like to, you can send me an email, K0TOR@ARRL.net, or you can call me at 303-798-2351. And we have a second siren test with Rich. That will be on June the 9th. Both of these are Wednesdays. Siren test starts at 11 a.m. on both, and they last about 15 minutes, and then to get the reports in and such, we should be done by somewhere around 11:30, 11:40, somewhere in that time. We have about roughly 20 some sites in each city, and so it takes a while to gather that information. But if you haven't participated in one in the past, we'd be happy to get you assigned to a site, and it's not a complicated procedure, but we can certainly pair you up with one of the people that have been to the site in the past. We try to maintain continuity because that gives us the ability to track the conditions of the siren site and performance and such, so that they get a better idea of how things are going from year to year. So it's a big help to the cities to verify that the emergency siren system is working before we get into the bad weather. It's running a little late this year because of the fact they had some maintenance to do on the siren system, so that's why it's later than usual. And so they both appreciate our help, and it's a fun exercise as well. Give you a chance to get out and put your radio to good use. So if you'd like to help out, you have in the past, let us know, and we have openings. We'll certainly contact you to help out in those areas, or if you haven't participated before, we either get you an opening and get you up to date as to what has to be done, or we'll pair you up with somebody that is out there so you get an idea how it's conducted and such. So, like I say, we have a great time, and it's a great public service. So, all right, I didn't see anyone else that indicated they had traffic. So this is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is K0TOR Net Control Station. Does anyone have any other comments, information, or business for the net? If so, please call now. All right, do we have any late check-ins? Please call now. All right, I'll now review the next weekend's contest and upcoming Hamfest. Don't have any Hamfests on the calendar. Hopefully with the COVID situation improving, we hope down the road here soon that we might have some face-to-face Hamfests and get a chance to get out and meet one another and see what kind of gear is available there for one to purchase, or an opportunity for you to sell some of the gear that you don't need anymore. So let's hope that changes here. Upcoming contests. First one I have on the list here is the NZART Sangster Shield Contest. That begins on May the 15th at 0800 hour Zulu and goes through May 16th until 1100 hour Zulu. That is on 80 meters, and that's a CW contest. next to have His Majesty King of Spain contest. That begins on May 15th at 1200 hours Zulu, goes through May 16th until 1200 hours Zulu. That's on 160 through 10 meters, and that is a CW contest. Next, the Feld Hill Sprint. That begins on May 15th at 1600 hours Zulu, goes through May 15th until 2159 hours Zulu. That's on 160 through 6 meters, and that is a digital contest. Next, we have the Fist Sunday Sprint. That begins on May 16th at 2100 hours Zulu, goes through May 16th until 2300 hours Zulu. That's on 80 through 10 meters, and that is a CW contest. And lastly, we have Run for the Bacon QRP contest. That begins on May 16th at 2300 hours Zulu, goes through May 17th until 0100 hours Zulu. That is on 160 through 10 meters, and that is a CW contest. A couple reminders. The High Noon Net, they meet daily at 12 noon, where early check-ins begin at 11:30. They meet on a frequency of 7.240 megahertz, which is on a 40-meter band. And also the Salvation Army Saturn Net. They meet at 1500 hours Zulu. That is 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. And they meet Monday through Saturday on a frequency of 14.265 megahertz, which is on the 20-meter band. The Denver Radio Club maintains the following repeaters for use by all radio amateurs: 147.330 megahertz with a positive offset, 145.490 megahertz with a negative offset, 224.380 megahertz with a negative offset, the 449.350 megahertz with a negative offset, the 448.625 megahertz with a negative offset, the 447.825 megahertz with a negative offset. Our digital turbo repeater operating on Brandmeister on 446.7875 megahertz with a negative offset, and our C4 FM digital repeater on 449.775 megahertz with a negative offset. The 447.825 megahertz repeater is configured for narrowband FM, and that requires a digital coded squelch of 073. There are two repeaters on 147.330 megahertz. The repeater in Lakewood requires a 100 hertz field tone, and a second repeater located east near Franktown requires a 131.8 hertz field tone. We have a second repeater on the same frequency out east to improve coverage along the Front Range and into the canyons. However, having two repeaters on the same frequency with different frequency propagation, we ask that you monitor the frequency to assure neither is in use prior to making your call. A 449.350 megahertz repeater provides wide area coverage, and this repeater hosts our Echolink station, W0TX, node number 4140. And the 448.625 megahertz repeater is linked with a 145.490 megahertz repeater. The repeater on 449.775 is now a C4 FM digital only repeater. Each repeater requires a 100 hertz field tone for activation, except as noted, and each uses standard offsets. And for packet, we have the 145.050 megahertz gateway on 2 meters that is interconnected with the 14.105 megahertz gateway on 20 meters for packet QSO. And we have a 6-meter repeater on 53.09 megahertz with an input on 52.09 megahertz with a required 107.2 hertz field tone. And that's a repeater that Jerry just mentioned that will be down for a while they do some modification on it and move the receiver so we can get better, cleaner input on the repeater. So hopefully that won't be down that long, and hopefully the improvement to the repeater will be quite noticeable. Your support of the Denver Radio Club is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to participate in any of the many club activities, please contact our club president, Jerry Vilhauer, W0GV. And I'd like to thank everyone for checking into the Denver Radio Club Net tonight. Your support is greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a great week. 7-3. And tonight we had a total of 41 check-ins. And the Denver Radio Club W0TX Net is now closed at 9:16, and repeater is available for regular use. This is K0TR, your net control station, and please stand by a moment while I return the PL tone to the repeater.
PL on.
And this is K0TR. I am clear. Good night to all.